welcome to Laker TV. So Jill, how has this one less hour of sleeping treating you?
Horribly. My body's corrupting.
Mine is too. Well anyway, let's get this thing started.
According to a recent study, 52,000 Americans died from drug overdoses in 2015 alone. This is the highest number ever and the nation's leading cause of accidental death. This problem is real and all around us, and the newest drug epidemic has migrated into western Kentucky. It's called synthetic heroin. And this week, we understand it brought tragedy to nearby Marshall County, where heroin allegedly caused the death of a young man. We tell you this story to share real-life experiences with the heroin. Guys, this stuff is dangerous. Is it really worth your life?
Healthcare has been a hot topic in the United States political realm for several years, especially since the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, was passed in 2010. And now President Trump is pushing to change many aspects of Obamacare by passing his American Health Care Act, or so-called Trump Care. Health insurance, or lack of health insurance, has a tremendous impact on all of our families. And in the not-so-distant future, people our age will be independent adults grappling with the challenge of obtaining affordable health insurance. Laker TV producer Josh Connors sat down recently with Murray Calloway County Hospital CEO Jerry Penner to get a closer look into this issue.
Well, I was real fortunate, Josh. I got here in 2011, so learning about the Affordable Care Act and what it was going to do to hospitals was kind of a interesting experience. I think we were all going, the healthcare community was kind of going through this all at the same time. So the initial changes that happened, I think, really started here in Kentucky with the expansion of our Medicaid program. And that had some very unique effects, both positive and negative for the organization. Part of the negative effects was our Medicaid patients, that population, the government payers, really don't pay very well. So that had an impact on our what we call our payer mix, and that's the number of government pay patients we have versus the number of private pay that we have, or self-pay that come in through our doors. As the government pay goes up, our margin tends to get smaller. So that had a little bit of an impact. So you saw it on both sides. Positively, patients, more people were covered through Medicaid, and negatively, well, we weren't making the margins we were making that we would expect it there to the number of patients that we were seeing. I always like to use this donut analogy. So if you're going to build a donut, you're going to make a donut. You put all the flour and the eggs and the milk and the yeast and all the things you need to have for that donut, and it costs you $1 to make that donut. But you start selling that donut for 80 cents. How quickly do you start losing money? Well, first donut you sell. I just explained to you what Medicaid's all about for us. It's based on percentage of cost. So if it costs me $1 to give somebody care, and I'm only getting reimbursed at 80 cents on that $1, I start losing money really, really quickly. And if you add more donuts, if you're selling more and more donuts, which is exactly what was happening, you lose more and more money based on the cost that you were having. So that was one challenge for us. Again, positively, it was good that more people got coverage. Downside, hospitals suffered throughout the state. And when I came in, I'm going to be the chair of the Kentucky Hospital Association this summer. When I started with the Kentucky Hospital Association, we had 131 hospitals. Today we have 126. Well, what happened to the other 5? Well, Affordable Care Act made some major impacts on them because you still had to take care of the patients, but you weren't getting paid as much, and some of the hospitals just couldn't survive on those margins. What is it that we could do, or what would I, things that I might change for the plan? One, the premiums have got to be affordable. That's the first aspect. And two, our deductibles have got to be lower. As I said, there aren't many people in Callaway County that can strike, just on the bronze plan, the lowest level plan, $6,000 to cover their own health care. And that's about any surgery you had over Murray Calloway now, whether it's a knee replacement or something else, it's going to be $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 or more. You've got to pay that first $6,000. It's on you. So the burden now, what we've done is just shifted on the families. I just don't think that's fair. Those deductibles are going to have to come down, and we shouldn't allow our health insurance companies to do that. There needs to be a cap of some sort to help those lower income families, because as I said, that's just untenable.
We remind you that there are many sides to this issue. And while some have been very critical of the Affordable Care Act, there are many people who have personally benefited from the care it has provided them. Healthcare may seem unimportant to many of us who don't have to worry about it because of our age. But the decisions being made now in Washington will affect our future coverage and how we will eventually pay for our health care. If you would like to see the full version of the sit-down with Mr. Penner, it will be available for streaming on CallawayLive.com early next week.
According to the Journal of Surgical Research in 2012, appendicitis now affects 9 in 10,000 people each year in the United States, roughly 1,000. Because appendicitis is more difficult to diagnose in children than adults, some 30% of kids with the condition will suffer from a ruptured appendix before being treated. Many of them have been seen and sent home at least once by a healthcare professional, and this is exactly what happened to one student in this week's edition of Every Laker Has a Story.
Appendicitis is when your appendix becomes inflamed and it fills with pus and it causes incredible pains.
This painful experience can strike at any age, but the most common ages are 10 to 30 and the rarest age being 2. This CCHS junior, Olivia Rose, was sadly one of the rare cases. After several days of stomach pain, Olivia's parents took her to the emergency room. Not once, but twice.
So they took me back to the ER and forced them to do x-rays, and they realized that I had a blockage. And so they did emergency surgery because they didn't know exactly what the blockage was, and they realized that my appendix had ruptured inside me, which is incredibly, dangerous because all of the toxins were now in my body and my bloodstream. And because of this, they had to, remove it and try and drain all of this infection out of me. I got transferred to Vanderbilt. And while I was at Vanderbilt, I actually caught a case of pneumonia on top of all of this, so I was very, very close to dying.
When you get your appendix taken out, you're always left with scars, or a scar in her case. Olivia has one long scar across her abdomen instead of 2 or 3 little ones. This has affected her view on different things in her life.
Well, it's a little bit, it kind of scares me a little bit because because my tissue has rewrapped itself already, which is extremely uncommon. I have more of a chance for it to happen again, which currently I actually have tissue buildup right now, but it does more damage going in than just leaving it alone. So it's just going to be left alone, and if something happens later on in life, then they'll go in and fix it. But mentally, it's really affected me because I've overcame that. I've overcame death, and God must really want me here because I'm still here. He didn't let me die, so I'm really grateful for that.
For Laker TV, I'm Chesley Nance.
Okay. Do you want health care? Do you want dental? Well, here at Laker TV, we offer absolutely none of that. But what we do offer is Adobe certification in Photoshop, Premiere, Illustrator, and After Effects, as well as just a form of knowing what a team is like. And teamwork is what makes the dream work. As you can see here, where we have many seats where many students would be to record the show, run the audio for the show, live text the show so you can see all the graphics that appear during it, and switch the cameras back and forth. But the most important part about Laker TV, I'd say, is the people. Jake, what is your favorite part about Laker TV, and tell them what you do here?
I have to say my favorite part is getting to spend time with Kenan, really. I'm just the pretty face of the show, even though I'm not pretty.
Of course, but we need those pretty faces to be the anchors for the show, and also the people behind the cameras here. 3 that direct the show and produce it. And producing the show is also one of the key factors for the other room here. We do editing, scripting, and planning. Like Mr. Josh Bailey, tell them, what do you do?
Absolutely nothing.
Well,
but that's all right, because they still put up with me. But I tell you what the real factor in this is. This. We need you. We want you. We can need you.
But overall, the whole part about Laker TV is experiencing Mr. Herndon and his teachings. Tell them, what do you do here?
What do I do here? We help students learn how to be directors, cinematographers, reporters, anchors, actors for the camera, graphic artists. Hey, consider exploring a career in film and television production. You can learn about it, or if nothing else, you can learn how to make better videos for your YouTube channel. So here's the deal. When you sign up for classes, remember this elective, Intro to Media Arts. We'll have some fun doing video production and making graphics and doing all kinds of things. Intro to Media Arts. I'll be looking for you.
As you heard him there, sign up for the class the week after spring break. We hope to see you here.
Has anybody seen my phone?
Kevin?
Nope.
Oh. Okay, then who has it?
Wait. Jim?
What did you do with it?
Do with what?
My phone.
I don't know. You gotta find it though. I'll give you a clue though. It's somewhere cold.
Oh no. Hello?
Hey, Dwight.
How do you export a video file again?
I've told you 1,000 times.
File, export.
Export media.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Bye.
Michael,
What, Dwight?
you need to fire Jim.
Why?
Because I hate him and I want to see him gone.
Dwight, I can't fire someone just because you don't like them.
Listen, Michael, I've been very devoted to you for the past 4 years. I've been nothing but good to you. Jim does nothing but slow us down, okay? His packages are awful. He doesn't contribute to our program.
Dwight, Jim is great, okay? His packages are always amazing. He gives good input, and I can't fire him just because this is a school.
Well, if you don't fire him, then I quit.
Really? You're gonna quit just because of a few funny pranks? You need to grow up, man. Gosh. Ugh.
This is the type of stuff I have to deal with. I mean, why can't grown-ups be grown-ups? If someone pranks you, either shut up about it or laugh it off. That's all I ask of my workers.
Can I get everyone's attention? I have an announcement to make. I'm gonna leave for LA. All right, very sad, I know, but good news comes with it. I'm bringing 2 of you guys with me.
Who are they?
Well, drum roll, please. Kevin and Stanley.
Yes. What? Why?
Well, I need people to stay here and run the show while I'm gone.
But they're literally the worst.
Exactly, that's why I'm leaving the best in charge here.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous.
Hey, stop it, okay? I'm sorry. The decision is made. Have a good show.
I'm bringing my Speedo.
The speech team went to state last week and competed against almost 900 people. Callaway as a whole got 27th out of 40 schools. We would like to give a special congratulations to Kyla Mitchell for being the only speaker to break quarters.
Our Callaway County speech team went on their state trip. With 900 students competing, Callaway had 1 quarterfinalist.
I want to say like 4 or 5 different rooms, and you're competing against other people who are good enough to quarterfinal, so it's not easy.
The speech team topped off their tournament with a speech from the senior rep, Katie Diver.
Keep pushing, keep striving to be better, strive to be your best, push through no matter what.
Another notable success, Kyla Mitchell and Madison Betts-Evans qualified for nationals with their duo piece.
So I told my mom that I was going to the national qualifier, and she said that if I qualified for nationals, that she would buy me an Apple Watch. And so I dished out the best performances of my life to get that Apple Watch. And there's the front to live.
We wish good luck to nationals at nationals, Madison Evans and Kyla Mitchell.
And juniors, don't forget to get a good night's rest Monday so you can kill it on the ACT on Tuesday. Are you ready?
I think so. We'll have to see.
Well, from all of us here at Laker TV, happy St. Patrick's Day and
Go Lakers.